I'm a man, and I stand up when I pee, okay?
I didn't suck any in high school.
I was just trying to get a Whopper, an innocent Whopper.
I'm going to cremate you and put you in an Etch-a-Sketch.
Not bad.
Comical breaks. Learning a little bit. Education.
The chickens are back.
We're the chickens.
The chickens are back. The chickens are back.
Do we tell them where chickens came from? Why we're chickens?
If you'd like to. I feel like my eyes are still burning from the onions.
I don't know how to help you. I'm really sorry. Do you want glasses?
I need goggles.
Okay.
Anyways, continue.
We are chickens. Dog was a chicken to start. And I started calling my nephew a chicken. And then Trevor turned into chicken when he was really sad and drunk one time. I said, "Oh, my chicken." And then it stuck. And that was like 5 years ago. So it's just been chickens, everything since then.
And that would make this apartment the chicken coop.
This is the chicken coop. We have my ring literally says mother hen.
Your ring does say mother hen.
So
I have an Instagram called FOH Chicken.
Front of house chicken. Everything is.
There are people like on the road that only know me as chicken.
Yeah, you are chicken.
Yeah.
It's just taken over our lives. And now my algorithm on Instagram is mostly chickens.
It's just chickens.
And other barnyard creatures, which I'm 100% okay with. Because who doesn't love barn animals?
Well.
I love them.
You love barn animals?
I'll have them one day.
Why?
Just to be surrounded by animals at all times, to be kept busy with chores at the farm, watching them thrive. I'm certain it will cure my mental illnesses.
Barn animals.
Barn animals, yes.
So what's the game plan? What's the lineup gonna look like? Starting roster, you have 11 spots. What's it gonna look like?
11 different types, or I only can have 11 animals.
11 animals. What's that look like?
Fuck. Well, shoot. I gotta have 4 goats.
Why 4?
They like to be in a pack. They're a herd animal. They're a group.
Is that true?
Yeah.
I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, they can't be alone.
Where am I gonna put it?
They need at least one other companion.
Okay, so you can't have 3?
I guess I could have 3.
Okay, so 4 goats. You got 7 spots left.
Okay, I do want like 4 chickens.
4 goats, 4 chickens.
2 cows.
Okay, you have 1 left.
Donkey. I'm picking a donkey.
So we got 4 goats, 4 chickens, 2 cows, and a donkey.
Yeah, and they could have missing limbs. I don't care.
I think you would probably prefer a missing limb.
Yeah, I just want to be there for them. When, like the miniature animals that become full grown and get sent away.
You like the reject animals.
I do.
You're a reject animal lady.
I am.
I feel like that's kind of cliche now. Do you know how many dogs used to be at my work that had 3 legs?
Yeah, it's not
It
cliche.
it was like only 3-legged dogs.
It's good because normally those 3-legged dogs would get like shipped off to the farm, for the big sleep. But now millennials are saving them all. So you're welcome.
Shipped off to a farm for the big sleep.
Yeah. The big dirt nap in the sky. But nope, millennials now are not having babies. Instead, we are adopting 3-legged dogs. Or 2-legged and putting them in adorable chariots.
2-legged?
Yeah.
Is there 1-legged situations?
I'm sure there is.
No-legged?
Yeah. The rest of their body still works.
Oh my God. Imagine having a no-legged weenie dog.
Oh my gosh.
It's an actual hot dog.
I know. Also, it's like a hilarious picture in my brain.
Yeah.
What barn animals do you want on our farm?
So the barn is happening. I'm supposed to have a lineup of animals.
Yeah, you get a say in what kind of animals we have.
Gotcha. But the barn is non-negotiable.
I would like a barn.
Okay. Barnyard animals. I get 11.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. All right. Here's what we're going to do.
Okay.
We're going to roll 2 goats. We're going to roll 2 cows. We're going to have like 4 sheep.
Why?
Wool, meat.
We're not eating the animals on this farm.
What do you mean?
This is a non-kill farm. We do not eat the goats. We don't eat the cow. We don't eat the chickens. We can eat their eggs. These are going to be special animals. They might be like fucked up. We probably can't eat them anyway.
I've been betrayed.
I'm not eating anything.
I thought we were talking about real farm situations.
No.
Okay, so it's
What do I look like? A murderer butcher?
a butcher.
A butcher? I'm not that.
You are really underutilizing the animals on the farm.
They're not there to be utilized. They are there to live out the rest of their lives.
You
in
gonna drink the
peace.
milk?
I don't know. Probably not.
You gonna drink the goat milk? You gonna eat the eggs?
I'll eat the
You're
eggs.
living off the fat of the land. Listen.
I'm not really a milk
One
gal.
of the little guys is gonna have to take an L.
No.
Gonna have to take an L. We'll just won't name one of them, and then that one's. Sorry, brother, but you're gonna get blapped at the end of the day.
Well, neither of us are going to be able to do it, so.
I'm a man, and I stand up when I pee. Okay.
Which is fine. You should be able to sit down in peace and quiet when you take a pee. No one's judging you.
I feel like you're judging me.
I'm not judging you. I truly do not care.
You judge me.
I don't judge you.
Is your name Judy?
I want you to be comfortable when you're peeing.
Is your name Judy?
Whilst you're evacuating.
Mathis?
No. I want you just to be comfortable.
Well, if you take any advice from anyone online, they tell you not to be comfortable. They tell you if you're gonna go into the bathroom, you need to be in an ice bath when you pee.
I don't want
You gotta
that.
you gotta take dunkos. You gotta take dumps on beds of nails.
No.
Get uncomfortable, brother.
Was that good for your liver or whatever people are always on about?
What are you talking about, Liver King?
I don't know. He didn't work out so well.
Well, that's because he was on the stuff.
He was on the stuff.
He was on the stuff.
It happens though. He's not the only one.
How would you feel if I was on the stuff?
I don't think it's a good idea. I just think there's a lot of other side effects. I'm already on hormones. You don't need to be on hormones.
Can you imagine what I would look like if I was just like 230, just cut diesel, fucking big?
I would love you, but I would not be able to handle your mood swings.
They can't even like wipe their own butts because of their fucking, what are these, lats?
Lats, yeah.
Fucking head.
No, it's not my cup of tea. I fully support people. I think steroids can be scary.
Scaroids.
I don't condone steroids. I think they have a lot of bad side effects. I also don't know that much about them.
You know, I just wish that people would be, I don't care if anyone uses it. Just don't lie.
Well, then it's a performance enhancing drug, right?
It is but I'm talking about people like movie stars that are clearly juicing. You know, like you're the biggest person.
They're juiced up.
I almost went on the Oddities thing today to preload, but I did not.
What are you gonna do? Just raw dog Google it right now?
We're gonna raw dog it.
All right.
Are you ready to raw dog with me?
Dog out. I'm not high this time, so
Oh my God, can we take a second to appreciate that? Last time you literally looked like
I'm not high every time. It was one time.
this is what you were like.
I've gotten some notes. I have my show notes. I will try to
Listen.
speak.
You were high on pot news, and everyone in the world now knows it.
Well, I thought the edibles weren't going to work anymore. It's this light. It's this fucking light.
The first headline in this thing is cold-blooded. Abandoned alligator rescued from Brooklyn Lake.
What?
Could you imagine if you were in Brooklyn and you just saw a gator walking down the street?
Oh my God, a frozen gator.
What kind of
Poor guy.
what kind of pizza do you think a gator would like?
What?
That's not a joke. I'm just thinking New York pizza. What's he gonna eat? Like rats, maybe?
A rat pizza? I don't know. Yeah, whatever. Like a hobo that falls into the lake. They have lakes in Brooklyn?
Dog versus shark standoff thrills tourists on Bahamas boat tour.
Oh my gosh, that sounds awful. I don't want to know how it ended.
I was about to say, do you want to know who won?
No, I don't want to know who won.
Okay, well, that's depressing. Humpback whales wail less as population grows. They don't, I would assume wailing is their sound.
Maybe they're not acting like a normal whale, where they don't do like normal whale things.
That's unfortunate.
I know, we're terrible. We're killing everything.
We're not killing everything.
My mom.
We're not killing.
No, she's doing great.
Estee Lauder right here.
She looks great.
Her name.
No name. None of my plants have names.
You gotta have a name.
No, I wouldn't remember it even if I did.
That seems ridiculous. I've named tons of things and they haven't died.
Well, no, I just don't think I would be able to remember what I said. She might have been named at one point. I don't know. What should her name be? You name her.
Clarissa.
Fine.
No, we're not naming her Clarissa.
Fine.
I do want to revisit the talking point of Saturday evening. Basically, if you have a Rhinestone license plate holder, you are the worst driver ever. There's no good drivers with Rhinestone license plate holders.
I had one in high school.
And what happened to that vehicle?
I totaled it. I crashed it twice and then I totaled it.
Exactly. People with Rhinestone license plate holders, they're seeking attention. They're too worried about what's going on around them. They don't give a shit about anyone else on the road. They're like, look at me, look at my car, look at this shiny shit that I have. I'm just gonna blow through this stop sign. And it was made apparent on Saturday evening because that's what happened. We were sitting at a stoplight we were going up to a stop sign and the person was just stopped middle of the road, blocking both ways of traffic.
Who hurt you? Was it a rhinestone? Was it me?
Probably.
Did I hurt you? Probably.
Probably.
No, it was my back. It wasn't both. It was my back license plate.
I would argue that that's probably worse.
Because my front one is broken because of
the car crashes.
Amount of car crashes. The first one was into a curb. The second one was into a person's car, not a person.
I don't think anyone would disagree with me on this point. There is not a single good driver with a Rhinestone license plate holder.
You know who disagrees with you? Probably like 1% of the Rhinestone license plate person. Not me.
The Rhinestone community?
Yeah. Because I know that I was not a good driver in high school.
I've yet to see a good one.
Who knows?
They don't exist.
They might think that they drive very well.
Well, that's the problem with bad drivers.
You
don't think you drive bad.
I'm better now.
Okay, Post Malone. No, you're not.
Yes, I am better now.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
You're not.
Yeah.
I can't let you drive because if I do let you drive, then my life is at risk, and I would like to live as many days as I physically can. I don't want to test fate. I've done that too many times in my years. The past 10 years.
I think you just have control issues and you don't want to let anyone drive. It's not just me. You don't let anyone drive.
Listen, I don't let people drive because I am a good driver. Okay? I pay attention. Whether I want to or not, I pay attention. Okay? I'm not looking at my phone. I'm driving. I'm obeying the speed laws.
Hardly.
In case there's any law watching.
Lops.
Law. I obey everything, okay? And I drive good. I drive well. Shout out vocabulary.
You drive all right. You're a good driver.
I got in one accident when I was in high school. That's the only one I've ever been in.
Who'd you crash into?
This was a real tragedy.
Yeah.
And it traumatized me for my entire life. I was leaving school. I was leaving our high school. I'd gotten in the car. Everyone met in the parking lot waiting out the line because the line to get out of school was always so crazy. We decided it was Wednesday. We're going to go to Burger King and we're going to get Whopper Wednesday.
I was at Far Burger King.
Well, I used to live over there. So we got in the car. I'm waiting in line to get out. You know, at that parking lot to go out, sometimes when you were making that left, it would back up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there was a bunch of cars coming the opposite way, so I couldn't see that it was backing up. I tried to make a yellow light leaving the parking lot, and I rear-ended a fellow classmate, and it was the worst because lowest hanging fruit, didn't get a Whopper. My mind was set on Whopper, didn't even get a Whopper.
No.
On top of that, when I pulled over, there was this psycho lady that we were going to school with that told me if I didn't go down to the store and get bottles of water, my radiator would explode. And it was my first accident. And I was like, I got to go get bottles of water. So I sent down to go get bottles of water so I could dump them on my radiator and engine. And then on top of all of that, my fucking dad comes and my mom came and picked me up, but my dad reamed me on the phone. And to this day, he still gives me shit about that car.
How old were you?
I had just gotten my license, so I think I was like 17.
Who'd you hit?
I think I've already told you. I won't say the name here. I guess I could bleep it.
Oh, yeah.
And it was a traumatic experience for me.
His parents are rich.
Yeah, and then they tried to sue us.
That's how they're rich.
We were I was just trying to get a Whopper, an innocent Whopper, you know?
Yeah.
I was trying to hit the lounge, get me a Whopper, go home, not do my homework, wash, rinse, repeat. That's all I was trying to do.
All you were trying to do.
That's all I was trying to do.
Was the lady that told you to pour water on your engine a student?
She was a student, and I should have known because she was wearing like a skin hat with the bill flipped up, and I knew that, this is pretty close to home, but those kind of people are not the most trustworthy.
Was that my friend?
I don't think she was a wannabe. She like hung out with different desert dwellers, unlike you. I really would like. Do you have pictures of you where it's like full regalia?
Full garb? Absolutely.
Full garb.
I sure do. It's terrifying. I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
She was a grade younger than us.
Yeah, she was like, it was.
She
terrible.
actually probably knew. What was her name?
I don't remember anything from high school. I couldn't tell you a single teacher that I had.
Yeah. No, I do. I have I have photos of my full Broho era.
We gotta rename it because I don't know. I don't want to go around saying you're a broho because like whenever you tell people that, or whenever one of us tells people that like in high school you used to be a broho, they just assume you sucked everyone off in our high school.
I didn't suck any dicks in high school. No, not one. Not a single one. But if you are talking to someone in Southern California, they know what a broho is.
Yeah, but not everyone's from Southern California. I would
That's
argue
true.
no one's from Southern California, according to every single fucking Uber ride that I get into.
Oh, born and bred, huh?
Oh, born and raised. Oh, you never see that.
I never see that anymore.
Super annoying. But I think, so for those that don't know what a broho is, or what should we call it?
Skank. Desert skank. No, that's
A
bad.
desert skank?
I don't know. Like, there's no other proper word to describe it. I truly don't know what else you could say. I went to the desert and pretended like I was a part of that community.
Yeah, well, I guess get into what exactly it is before we figure out a rebrand.
Boy, how does one even describe it? Blonde hair, black underneath.
Not just blonde hair, platinum blonde
Platinum
hair.
blonde, flared, big nails, pink and black.
Metal Militia, No Fear,
SRH.
Cottonmouth Kings, dirt bikes, Ocotillo Wells, underage drinking.
All right, but everyone did that. Well, yeah, of course. Yeah, we're teenagers.
Yeah, you were really rebelling against your parents.
Well, yeah, it was going to go one way or the other. It was not looking like, I wasn't going to find the...
It wasn't a good path for you.
No.
And you emerged on the other side. I'm not going to say unscathed because you've been scathed.
We're scathed.
We're scathed.
I stay scathed.
You have some scathings.
Yeah, which is why I'm in therapy.
Yeah.
No, I think it was an interesting time in my life. I think it's very embarrassing. And I think my brother, I used to walk in the house and he'd just laugh at me like, what in the world? Because like my brother's not like that.
If you have a photo, I need it so I can put it up
I
for
do.
the people to see.
I have some really bad ones.
Yeah.
They're really embarrassing.
Ugh.
Belly shirt, long dangly belly button ring, like the lowest
Hot pink mini skirt.
hot pink everything.
Oh, how did we forget like the piece? What is it? The piece de la resistance. The pinnacle. The pinnacle of your broho days was the 5-inch platform rocket dog sandals.
Okay, I can never wear 5 inches because I'm 6'1". I had the 2-inch ones.
Yeah.
I always wanted to be able to wear the big chunky ones, but I was too tall.
Oh my God. I forgot.
Yeah, no. Chunky platform sandals, which are coming back, which I love. But
You were serious about the way you dressed back in the day.
oh, I thought I was.
And now kids are wearing it like almost ironically to like be vintage and whatnot. And they are.
Yeah, I saw.
It's hilarious.
I saw No Fear at a fucking H&M. And I was like, what? No, let it die.
People are seeing that now in H&M and being like, oh my God, that's so funny.
Let it die. Let it rot. Just like all of the people are rotting in jail that used to wear it. That was the lie. Don't.
Some of them are.
Some of them are. Some of them aren't. Some of them are doing just fine.
Some of them are dead.
Some of them are dead. But, I had a lot of fun as a young person going to the desert, smoking cigarettes and drinking Monsters and Jaeger and listening to questionable music.
Who are your go-tos besides Cottonmouth Kings? What was it? Head PE?
Head PE. I listened to a lot of like Metallica and just like regular rock, Pantera.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah. So that was pretty much in whatever genre Cottonmouth Kings was
What would that genre? Is it rap? Is it new metal?
No, they used to call it rip hop, which was, I don't know. It's just a bunch of white stoner guys rapping about avoiding law enforcement and smoking
Rip hop
weed.
is the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
It's pretty stupid.
Rip hop as in like they're ripping bongs.
I have no idea. Nobody knows. But, that was my first concert I ever went to.
Okay, this is a great story, actually. Didn't one of your or both of your parents chaperone you to this concert?
That was a Slightly Stupid and Snoop Dogg for my 16th birthday.
Gotcha.
Both of my parents did go to that. We actually were just talking about that because I left. I was with Shelby. I left the second we got there.
Obviously.
They paid for good seats, and I ran as far away as I could to the lawn.
Where everyone was being heathens.
Yeah, I could find someone to buy me beer, and I could smoke cigarettes. And I had just gotten caught for my belly button ring.
Well, you also have to state why it was that your parents thought it would be okay to go to this concert.
Well, I didn't tell them Snoop Dogg was going to be there.
Yeah, see, exactly. That's the thing.
But my mom loves Snoop Dogg.
We're just going to a little reggae concert at the nice amphitheater.
Yeah.
It'll be a nice, cool time. And then they both weren't they like ripped coming out of there?
Well, of course. But my dad, I guess, was helping a lot of young girls that were like falling and like passed out on the floor. And he was like sitting them in the chairs, and then the cops
calling like the cops and the
ambulance.
No,
the cops were coming around because they were all like passed out, and the cops like looked at my dad and they're like, why are you here? Because my dad is in like New Balances
and khakis
and his jeans, and he's like, I brought my daughter, I don't know where she is, and
she's probably in the medical tent.
The cop was like, I'm really happy that you came because I'm gonna be calling a lot of parents. And my mom was 7 Chardonnays deep, and I'm
sure
nowhere
she was
to
having a good time.
Yeah,
they were both like contact high and like a little bit drunk by the end of it. They were probably having a fucking wonderful time.
And they went to, growing up in like the 70s and whatnot, they, went to their fair share of concerts.
Man, with the contact
total
lens.
hippies. And then they go to a Snoop Dogg concert and there's 2 weed plants on stage. And my mom just laughed because she's like, apple tree.
Now it's you running around concerts by yourself, unaware of your surroundings.
Yeah.
Just spacey.
Yeah, because I'm not spacey. I'm pretty aware. I cruise.
You do cruise sometimes.
I cruise. I try.
And what was the House of Blues one?
Cottonmouth Kings. I was 14, I think. 14 or 15. Yeah.
You went and saw Cottonmouth Kings when you were 14?
Yeah, my friend's dad took us. Yeah. I think maybe I was 15. I was so much younger than everyone because I
was 14.
I got pushed ahead. No, just like my friends.
Oh.
Because I was 93 and a lot of them, one of them was 91. When he was born 91. So I think we went for her birthday. I think she was turning like 16 because she was a year and a couple months older than me.
That's wild.
Yeah. So
14 years old at a Cottonmouth Kings concert.
Yeah. I got kicked in the head.
Did you even know what smoking weed was?
Yeah.
That was like the front end of your transition into being a terrible person.
Yeah, I was already smoking weed.
At 14? Yeah. Wow.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
You were a hellion.
Pretty sure. Maybe not.
You were a little hellion. Smoking cigs and smoking weed at 14.
Smoking cigs, yeah. Smoking weed, maybe. Maybe I waited till I was 15 to smoke weed. But I was at the concert.
That's basically like smoking weed.
Yeah. Why it was an all ages show, I have no idea.
And that was your first concert?
That was my first. I went to like a Jingle Ball one time, but that was my first like actual concert.
Jingle Ball?
Yeah.
So that was the first real concert you ever went to?
I was with an adult.
Did they stay with you the entire time?
Yeah, he stayed on the floor with us. He was super cool.
Okay.
He stayed on the floor with us and just like watched us to make sure we didn't get kidnapped. And we didn't drink or anything like that.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if you were smoking pot and smoking cigarettes.
Yeah, maybe I can't remember. Maybe I wasn't smoking weed.
You probably were.
I might have been.
You probably were.
But hey, we all live and we all learn.
Some of us live and learn a little bit younger than others.
And that's okay.
And that's okay. We respect everyone in this household.
It happens.
We are A-okay.
Yeah.
So.
Kids smoke weed at 14. It's okay if you wait till whenever.
I think I was 17. Late 16, early 17.
Yeah.
Smoked out of a can.
Yeah, we definitely smoked out a lot of cans.
Yeah, I probably have some sort of neurological degeneration because of that.
Yeah, we used to smoke out of plastic pens.
I never did that.
We used to put it in like the end of like a Bic pen and like.
You guys are.
We didn't have anything else to smoke out of. Couldn't find an apple.
You guys were, yeah. See, you weren't resourceful. You got to have an apple or like or something.
Yeah.
Anything but.
Or we would try to make a bong out of a water bottle.
Did you ever do the gravity?
I did do the gravity. Those were weird.
That was a death sentence.
Yeah, that was too much weed. It's too much.
It's too much weed.
I like being stoned, but I don't like to be debilitatedly high. It's never fun for me.
Well, that was always the goal with my friends. Like, how do we get everyone to not be able to move?
Yeah.
And it wasn't fun.
That's not fun.
It wasn't fun.
No. Because then I can like...
You go into a coma for 2 hours and then you go hit McDonald's and then you go to bed.
Yeah, no. I can like hear my thoughts in my brain synapses and I'm not having a good time. Everyone's looking at me. You feel like you're soaking yourself into the couch.
I remember there was one...
What's the highest you've ever been?
Oh, I mean, hands down. There was one time when me and were living together, where a friend of ours gave us a weed brownie recipe, and it was like, medical grade strength, but we didn't know. There was no, obviously, it was just like a passed down recipe. There was no dosage that was passed along to us, like eat this much. So. We had all of the I think it was the basketball team from the school that we lived by. They were all over and we're like, hey, we have these weed brownies, and they're like, oh, let's do it. So everyone like received one, and then ate like a full large portion.
No.
And then everyone was like, all right, we're going to take ours to go and we got to head out. So I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to let you do this by yourself. I had like a quarter of what he had, and I could not sleep. I had to go lay on the couch, and I will never forget one of the funniest things I've ever seen in person in my life is he was so gone that he walked out of the room. He stops right by the couch, looks me dead in the eyes, and it goes, water. Went and chugged like a half a gallon of water and then scurried back to bed. And I didn't see him for like, I think a day and a half. He was sleeping.
That's too high.
It's not fun.
That's not fun.
Yeah, it was not fun.
It's not fun. It might be fun. There's so many people that we like watch on TV that smoke, like Action Bronson that smokes like dab after dab after dab.
I've always like romanticized being able to smoke like that. Like, how cool would it be if I like could just like smoke a joint and like a whole joint to myself and like be a part of that? Like, I always thought that would be so cool. And then I don't have the biological makeup to receive that kind of thing.
No, you sure don't.
No, I hit a joint one time and I am just sent.
Yeah.
So I can't. It's not fun for me.
No.
And it was never fun for me.
No.
And so I stopped.
I did a dab one time. That was too much. Edibles always fucking get me though. Like the edibles. To preface, the edibles I took or take, regularly are 5 milligrams. And those do it for me.
Well, also another thing, you like to play edible roulette where you like to let them expire and be like, how strong is this one? And then you just eat it and be like, not that strong, let me eat another one. And then it's just an onslaught of just full.
I never learned my lesson.
Full edible mode.
Well, I'm capped at 10 milligrams because that's definitely the most that I'll do.
10 milli Billy.
10 milli. That 75 milligram Cheap and Chew. That might be the highest I've ever been.
The Mother's Day Fiasco of 2015 has got to. That's probably the one of. I would rank that top 3 texts I've ever received in my life. I'll let you continue with the story, but that ranks as like one of the best text messages I've ever received in my life.
I hardly remember sending that text message.
The pictures from that day, you're literally you're staring at the camera like this.
I think the thing that made, because I've been that high before, but I've been home.
Yeah.
But the fact that it was Mother's Day, we were in public at a nice restaurant and it was broad daylight. And I don't think I had ever had like an edible, so I didn't know how to gauge what 75 milligrams was. And my brother's like, do you want an edible? Because, that was always our thing. Like on holidays, we'd go smoke.
Just get a little stoned
whatever.
And vibe out, eat some food.
And then I was like, yeah, that sounds great. And so I ate it on the way there. And then we got there. I ordered a drink. And
well, he handed you the package. And I think from after talking to him, he thought you knew the drill to like just take a piece and like just eat that.
No, we didn't talk about a drill. We didn't discuss a drill.
There was no drill pep talk discussion beforehand.
I think he realized that I ate the whole thing after I ate it, but didn't want me to panic. So we get there and I order a drink and then I'm like, oh, I'm already feeling stoned. And then we sit down and I am unable to speak words. I can't order myself a drink. I think I ordered a different drink every time because I was trying to find where I was.
So essentially, you were supposed to eat 10 millis of this 75 edible, and you just.
It was just like a little chew. It was like this big, and
yeah,
it was in like its own little individual wrapper, and I just ate the whole thing, and I was high for so long.
And in the midst of this, it was like a brunch situation.
Yeah, it was a lunch.
That you guys went to a Mexican restaurant.
It was a nice restaurant in Del Mar.
It was a really nice, Mexican restaurant. And at this Mexican restaurant, they have tortilla chips that are...
Why were they red?
They're red.
Why were they red?
And the table was, I believe, outside or in the sun at least.
It was outside. Thank God.
The text message I get in the middle of this lunch was a picture of the chips, and it just said, "These chips are bright as fuck, dude."
I could not figure out why they were red. I couldn't figure out if they tasted differently because they were red. I had to have some. I was so thankful we were outside.
Because I don't think I knew that you had taken that much before I got that text message.
I don't think I told anyone. And then afterwards,
I'm like, you are on a sick one.
And I looked, because my brother can handle being that high, no matter, like he'll be fine no matter what.
Yeah.
And then I get up, I was like, I need to go to the bathroom and like splash water on my face. So I get up to go to the bathroom, and my mom's like, perfect, I need to go too. And I was like, fuck. And so we go to the bathroom together. This was my
moment of like clarity where I could just like reconvene.
And I just looked up the entire time to make my eyes look as normal as possible. And my mom's like, I don't know what's wrong with you. I was like, I don't know either.
I'm totally fine.
And then that picture was taken.
Yeah, the picture's good.
The picture is so funny.
Maybe I'll get a snap of that.
Because I'm just so high.
Yeah, violently. Terribly.
Violently high.
Terribly. That was a Mother's Day to remember.
It was. Do you think weed makes your anxiety worse?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Oh, yeah. How do I explain it? It's like...
Makes you paranoid.
Like my brain is already like a high, like it's like a sports car going real fast. weed, like smoking pot, is like adding nitrous to that car.
Yeah.
Just out of control. Wheels are spinning. I'm spiraling into oblivion. I can't do it.
I think that since I've kind of found my sweet spot with smoking pre-rolls and eating edibles, I think I've found a way to help with my like after work, just like fizzling out anxiety that I have just from the day. Like like some people have a drink, some people do whatever.
Yeah.
And that I feel like not every day, but sometimes it's just if I get that sweet spot and I'm chill, that's fine.
It's like how, the parents would have like a drink at the end of the day.
Oh yeah, my parents have a drink every day. But I don't want that. But I also don't want to get too high because if I get too high, then I'm no good.
Yeah.
Because then I get anxiety if I'm too stoned. Because then I also get too hungry. I think that's my biggest thing is I'm really tired of having the munchies. Because sometimes it's all I want to do is eat.
Well, I mean, the worst is you'll be like, you're right about to shower right before bed. You're like, I want a snack.
Yeah. And then I'll eat like half a pint of ice cream or something. Yeah. It's just, but it does help my anxiety a little bit. But for the most part, I just kind of live with that.
On the topic of drugs and pharmaceuticals, I saw a heated debate online the other day, and I want to get your take on it.
Okay.
Say you're at somebody's house, a friend of yours, acquaintance, you're at like a dinner party, you're over for drinks, you're hanging out, you go to the bathroom.
All right.
What are your thoughts on giving the old medicine cabinet a peep? How do we feel about that? Do we peep? Do we not peep? Is it right? Is it wrong? Is it no harm, no foul?
I'm a nosy person. I am nosy, not because I'm looking for anything bad or incriminating. I just like to know what people got going on. I will not go through someone's medicine cabinet. I might look for a stray tamp.
So under the sink is fair game.
It's not fair game. I'm not going to look.
You're looking.
I want to.
You're a looker.
I'll look if I'm like sitting there and I can see in their shower. I'm going to look what they got.
Listen, I'll own it. I look.
Do you look?
I know it's wrong.
Do you look?
I know it's wrong, but I'll look. I come from a family of lookers.
We're
a looking family.
I go through all of my grandma's medications because no one tells me anything.
That's different. Family's different. I'm talking like if we were at someone's house for dinner or something, you're like, I have to use the restroom. I'm cutting on the water. I'm cracking that thing a little bit because what's the worst that could happen? The only thing that could happen, at least in my eyes, is that we could bond a little bit more. If you're on something loopy or who knows what's in there.
Yeah. I will say that I think about people going through my things, even though we don't normally have a lot of people over here.
Yeah.
I think about if people went through our medicine cabinet.
Well, so it happened one time when I still had some old medications in there that I wasn't taking at the time. And the person said something and I was like, well, you get in like I'm not going to just blow anyone up on it. I'll tell you afterwards.
You can squawk them out.
They're not getting squawked. But anyways, they're like, well, you want to talk about what's in your gown? I was like, no, we're not.
Dang.
Oh, and then I promptly got rid of all of it. Because it was just medication that I never took.
Yeah.
And it just looked like you're a drug guy.
It's okay if you're a drug guy.
I'm not a drug guy. Drug guy.
You can be a drug guy.
A drug guy.
No one is allowed to judge you by the pharmaceuticals you have in your thing. As long as you are not abusing them or a harm to yourself or anyone else. If you're going to look, you can't have judgment.
That should be the rule.
That's a rule. If you're gonna be a Snoopy dupe and you're gonna fucking look around people's shit, that's one thing. But if you start judging people what's on their shit and what medications they took, absolutely not. I will not stand for that.
I'm going to make decals for people's medicine cabinet mirror that just say, if you're going to look, you're not allowed to judge.
No judgment. That is a no judgment zone.
That's actually a pretty good idea.
People do not get to judge other people for what medication they're on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, I'm going to look and I'm not going to judge.
I've been seeing a lot of that on the internet lately.
I'm just going to let people rock.
Not that people are snooping, but I feel like there's all of these. But I don't know. I guess I'm seeing more girls do it. They're judging other girls for taking birth control or being on antidepressants, anti-anxiety, and saying that birth control,
how dare you feel good inside your body,
has all of these side effects and it has all these things and it was made to control women and this and that. And it's like you can have your opinion on birth control as much as you want, but you cannot deny the fact that it has helped so many women.
And also, it doesn't fucking affect you.
Yeah.
Leave it alone with everything, not just like drugs, like prescriptions and birth control. Like, literally mind your fucking business.
Mind your business.
Mind your business.
If you have an opinion on it or you've learned some things about birth control that you want to share with other menstruators,
write it down on a piece of paper, roll it up real tight. And steps 3, 4, and 5.
I think that it's fine to inform people of information, but I think it is wrong to be posting it. Just because you have Canva does not mean that you get to post stupid things. And
everybody's on their holier than thou bullshit.
It drives me crazy because,
I'm better than you because I do X, Y, and Z. Oh, I did ayahuasca in the forest and I had a spiritual enlightening. You need to do when
the love and light community is. Yeah, it's not good because everything's like you can change the course of your mental health by just thinking one positive thought a day and just stop thinking about how your life is awful. Perfect. I'm freaking cured. Thank God. I didn't think
flush
about
all my prescriptions down the toilet.
Goodbye.
How are they not prescribing this in hospitals?
Just give me love and light. And it's like, you know what? If that works for you, great. If it doesn't, then you don't get to judge people or post stuff about you being able to overcome your own anxiety and depression just because you fucking sunned your perineum and you boofed a couple crystals. The
perineum sunning is...
If it works, great. And listen, I believe...
Yeah, at the end of the day, you're not hurting anyone. No. If you're showing your beehole to the sun, I mean, listen, you work in derm, so...
I work in derm.
It only keeps you job security for you.
I also fully...
Do you ever have to see beeholes?
Yeah. We look at beeholes.
Do you biopsy beeholes?
I have biopsied a beehole. I have biopsied a lesion on the outskirts of a beehole.
Whoa.
That was my first day in dermatology, was spreading somebody's cheek.
It's like, welcome to the business. Yeah. Here's a beehole.
Yeah, you can get some pretty nasty skin cancers in your gluteal cleft and
G-cleft,
in your vaginal area.
Okay, we're not getting that deep. That was just on topic. We're not going to the precarious places that you can get skin cancers.
Check your gennies, everybody. This is a judgment-free zone.
Judgment-free zone. You got to check your gennies. I would argue that's probably top priority is the gennies.
Gennies are important. It's not top priority, but gennies are important.
What's the worst place to get a skinny?
Oh, worst place to get a skin cancer?
Yeah.
Oh, geez. I don't know. Personally, it depends. The nose really sucks. Eyelids really suck. Like on your eyelid margin.
Yeah.
Scalps are tough just because if you have hair, you can lose your hair. You will lose your hair in that area.
That's crazy. From people that just don't wear hats?
Yeah. It could be that or...
See, people talking shit at me for always wearing a hat. And guess what? Your boy is not going to get the skin cancer or...
Toes and feet.
I don't want to jinx it.
Are also really tough because they're really hard to heal.
See, I am a hermit, bro. I am hiding.
Yeah, I will say I think you're going to have pretty good skin when you're older. Because you never go in the sun.
Your boy is pale.
Yeah.
Can you from skin cancer?
Yeah,
You can?
sure can. There's a guy who has skin cancer that he's just let go because he just didn't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
It's gone. It won't metastasize, this type of skin cancer. It won't spread to other parts of your body, but it's grown down through his bone and his skull. So he's just like growing. It's just a big ulcer in his head.
That he's gonna have to live with forever?
Yeah, it'll probably kill him.
Oh my God,
'Cause
that
there's nothing-
stresses me out.
Yeah, there's like really not like a lot of room before the brain for him. They can radiate the bone, but it probably will come back, or they probably won't be able to get it all. It's rough.
That is rough.
But
dude, man,
you got to take care of it when it's small.
Death is crazy. Yeah. Death is crazy.
It's the only constant.
If I was to perish, unfortunately,
oh my God,
and my body was still intact,
okay,
and you had to taxidermy me, what position are you going to put your boy in?
I have a couple options. I could make you something functional.
Okay.
Like a coat rack. I can have your arms like this. Maybe one is up, one is out like this. Hat.
You could have me like in like a man cave. I could just always be doing like the field goal sign.
You could just be sitting like a chair, and you could be my chair, my throne.
You would have to put like a support under my butt.
Yeah, you'd have a support under your butt.
I could be a chair. I'd be your chair.
Have like your finger out, like you're telling a joke. Hang my keys.
Yeah.
What else? What else would be a good one?
So I was thinking maybe, this would be contingent on me having a very spacious bathroom, but I think I could put you like cross-legged with like your fingers up, and you could be like a toilet paper roll holder.
Yeah, I think that's good.
You're like a double roll on each hand.
A double roll. Am I just sitting in front of your toilet?
Yeah, you'd be my little...
Am I sitting to the side of the toilet?
You'd be my little doo-doo buddy.
I'd finally get to see you sit to pee.
Yeah, exactly. Wait, I'm a man.
Your toxic masculinity doesn't have a place in this podcast.
Masculinity.
Your toxic masculinity. Men can sit to pee.
Or here's another thing. Hear me out.
Okay.
What if I split you in half?
You're gonna resin the inside of my body, so...
No, I would do the top half. I would mount you on the wall like a deer head.
What?
You would be like the front of a car, like the front of a ship on the wall.
Okay, well, I immediately thought you're going like straight down the middle. Like a bookend.
I'm going laterally, not vertically.
Oh, well, I don't know.
Although oh my God.
The world's biggest bookend.
Yeah, you could be like a bookend for like mattresses.
Okay. Rugs.
I think the useful route would be the way to go because, I don't want to keep you around if you're just a decoration.
I'm going to cremate you and put you in an Etch-a-Sketch.
Not bad.
Or those little rainbow sand things. Have you seen those?
Turn me into kinetic sand?
Yeah.
That's cool. I wouldn't be mad at that. Make sandcastles out of me.
I knew a lady that cremated her son and then put his ashes in a weed pipe. Like made the pipe with his ashes. That was...
I don't like that.
An interesting use.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
What do you want to happen when you go? Just burnt up?
I think I would like to be cremated.
Just burnt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think being in the ground is...
I think I would just donate my body to science.
Yes,
There's a lot of questionable chemicals and substances that have entered my body. And Lord knows what has happened on the inside of me. So I think it might be good to study the long-term effects of that.
Are you a donor?
Bitch. I'm doning.
I'm a donor.
Is doning a word?
I don.
He, she, we, don. Oh yeah, I think I'm a donor. But I don't know about that because what if they do? Science can mean anything. Everything is science. What are you donating my body to science for?
You're donating like your organs and such.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is anything is science. These cameras, science. The light is science.
But when
what if you donate my body to somebody and my organs are used as meat?
They're not
for.
It goes to a transplant list. That's what's the first. When you are a donor, that's the first thing there. It's for a transplant.
Well, what's going to happen is they're going to scalpel your boy open. They're going to see the shape of these organs, and they're going to be like, send this man to the meatpacking industry in some far-off land, and I'm going to get eaten as bangers and mash for a family of 4.
I don't think they will consume your body. I think that they'll just like trash your organs and then sew you back up.
I think the creamy way is the way to go.
Yeah, I would prefer to be cremated. I don't like small spaces.
You're gonna be dead.
Yeah, but the thought of it just I don't care for it.
I don't want no one to dig me up either.
My grandpa.
I want my bones to be. Oh my God! Turn me into like a biology classroom skelly. Or like a spooky decoration for whoever wants me.
I'm going to keep your femur.
Why?
I don't know. It's the girthiest bone.
Second girthiest.
I'm not keeping your dick.
You can get a mold. You can get a mold of it.
I'll put it in one of those glass jars where they put like 2-headed sheeps.
No, if anything,
Just
I would want a heroic reenactment. I wouldn't want the real thing. Because it would be flaccid and it wouldn't be anything spectacular.
You want a replica boner on display?
A B-rep.
Okay, well, I'm sure it's been
done
before.
So that I'm remembered in a good light. I don't want like a shrivelly little guy to be floating around in some mason jar.
You want to be remembered for the strong boner that you were.
I'm a man.
You're a man.
I'm a man. Look at me, big and strong.
Masculinity and strength don't go hand in hand.
Okay, listen.
We're reshaping social norms.
If that's what you want to do on your free time, you can do that.
It starts with us.
I don't think it starts with us. It started by a lot of other people. I don't want to be the starter. That's a large weight to bear. I'll be on the outskirts cheering you on. Woo!
Well, we normalize the conversations.
Pee sitting down, man.
Yeah.
This is my PSA to people. It's okay to pee sitting down.
See?
It's okay to be weak and pale.
Yeah. Doesn't change your masculinity.
Yeah. Well.
Do you have therapy this week?
Do I have therapy? Yeah, technically I have it tomorrow. But I waited too long to cancel it. I don't want to go.
You have to go.
I know I have to go. I don't want to.
I never want to go.
Well, it's just like, I don't know what she's going to say. Well, tomorrow's the 4th one, so we'll see. Maybe if she's got some real shit to talk to me about. Also, I went into fucking depression spiral last night, so maybe I'll tell her about that and she can give me some life lessons and some, well-being.
I think that's a really
some mental peace of mind.
Good opportunity.
And you're in it tomorrow, too. We're both going to be therapized tomorrow. Look at us.
Yeah.
We're just some regular...
I never want to do it.
No, well, I guess some people probably want to do it once they see results, but no one really wants to get in there.
I never really want to do it when I'm feeling... sad. Sometimes I just feel like I'd rather sit with my feelings, but it also forces me to talk about them, which is good.
On this past weekend, which is Theo Vaughn's podcast, he dropped a new one today, and the first 5 minutes is like, I don't know, it's like the most relevant it's the most relevant like piece of podcast I've ever watched. Really, he just goes into like essentially like being afraid when things are going good. Because, it's like, why? Like, what is like, and not letting yourself have like the good things.
Yeah.
And then he went into this little bit about being addicted to your feelings. Like following the path of like these hurtful feelings down like a crazy path because I don't know, your brain is just like, go there, fully immerse yourself in this like terrible place.
Yeah.
Which is something I think we both do.
Yeah, I definitely do that. And I think that, like you don't let yourself be happy and you don't let yourself kind of feel the things that you're feeling because you don't think you deserve it or you don't think it's real. There's a little bit of that imposter syndrome. And
well, when it's good, it's always 2 seconds away from being bad, and when it's bad, you're never gonna get good again.
There's always going to be a down with any up.
Yeah.
Instead of just enjoying the fact that it's up and learning from the things that are happening.
Therapy, baby. We're in there learning and burning and turning.
Sometimes I tell my therapist that I'll get so into my anxiety and just be feeling it, and I'll just kind of feed it to the point where I almost feel like I get an adrenaline rush.
Well, yeah, that's exactly what he was talking about. You're just like addicted. It's almost like a high.
Yeah, I'm just like pushing all of these like narratives to myself where it's just like I almost feel like
you're the worst. Everybody hates you.
I'm just
you're
like,
a burden.
It's almost like relieving that I'm just like letting myself feel all of these sad things. Because it's so much easier than like convincing myself they're not true.
Yeah.
Which is really hard. But
we're in there, baby.
That's showbiz, babe.
That's showbiz.
But
in this case, it really is showbiz. But I think, with the potential of me being back on the road for the next 3 months, I think it's probably smart to have a therapist that I'm going to regularly because it at the end of last year was probably like the worst. Coming off of like sleeping 3 hours a night, almost, like 3-4 nights a week, being alone in hotels.
Yeah.
Not really talking to anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard.
It's very lonely.
It's lonely. It's hard. It's isolating.
None like being alone in a hotel room, just still off the adrenaline of the show at like 4 a.m. with just like nobody.
You have Cheaters.
Cheaters seems to always be on. And
always on.
Also, how much money is Guy Fieri making off of Divers, Drive-Ins,
and Diners.
Diners. Shut up. I'm going to get this. Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. He's got to be making a killing on residuals because that's playing wake up to bedtime. 24 hours a day.
I love him.
He's a great guy.
He's a great guy.
And his natural blonde hair is really attainable.
Divers, drive-ins, diners.
Divers and diverticulitis.
Diverticulitis is no good.
All right. I think we've just about reached our mark here.
Do you want me to explain something?
Nah, we'll hit it next week. We'll give you a week off. Also, I'm thinking like I'm gonna give you an underhand. I'm gonna give you a lob next week, just because I feel like we're really painting you to be like in not a good light. Because I'm
not dumb. I am a smart girl.
And so we'll give you something that maybe you know a little bit about next week, so that you can actually have a chance.
Like what?
I don't know. We're gonna find out next week. What do you want in your lower thirds this week?
I don't know.
Mental health hellion.
Ooh.
What's going to be mine? You're not giving me anything.
I don't know. What did we just talk about all day? The Rhinestone
Renegade.
Rhinestone Renegade.
All right. Well, we got
Can I be the mental illest?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll give you mental illness. I'll let you have that one.
Mental illness.
All right. Well, that's been COOP Therapy, Chicken 1 and Chicken 2. Signing off. We do this every time. Go to therapy. Don't go to therapy.
Check your gennies.
Check. This is the PSA to the world. Check your gennies.
Call your doctor about your gennies. They hear about it all day.
Also, get your moles checked.
Get your moles checked. We're SPF 30. Don't listen to the podcast where they tell you that it's going to kill you. It's fucking lies.
And don't buy a fucking rhinestone license plate holder.
Good night.